Hey Byron, have you ever thought about the question, if everything was different, would I know?
Well, no, John, I've thought of it before, but now you mention it, it is an interesting question, isn't it?
Well, I think it definitely is. And I mean, I've been considering it recently in the context of colour blindness. And I think we only have to look outside of the sky today. We both say that the sky is blue. But what if in fact we have a situation where my blue was your black?
Well, I think it really matters as long as you say, we both call it blue.
Okay, so you're saying that even though we may perceive things to be different, the sheer fact that we don't know that this is the case means that, there's no problem in the first place.
Exactly, as long as terminology remains consistent,
Yeah.
there's no problem.
I agree, and I mean, we can shift it back a few centuries to a context where individuals thought, that the world was flat instead of round.
Yeah, and even though they thought the world was flat, this didn't affect how they lived their lives. They lived perfectly well, even though they thought the world was flat.
Yeah.
It only really affected when they tried to explore other countries and they didn't want to sail beyond the horizon and thought that was the edge of the world.
Yeah, exactly, but within their own sort of scientific confines and conceptual framework, they, lived fairly adequately, and I think that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, if you want to even consider it in a broader perspective, we can look at the concept of religion and the development of a moral and ethical framework.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about back to a time when this idea of religion came into being, if it had evolved differently to what we know now, we would be living in a totally different society, but would we know that it was different? I mean,
well, I'd say that we wouldn't know. I mean, there's no way, as we've established, that we can know that things are different at the current time. But I don't think that that's a problem because we can live adequately without having knowledge of these sort of things. And I think that is the answer to your question.